Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there on the continent of Africa, especially Ghana and Nigeria. Oh my goodness, World Cup qualifiers. Well, let's hold on first. I'll be back to the World Cup qualifiers in a few minutes. Let's start with Chelsea, as always. Quickly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Joao Felix once again is in the news alongside Jadon Sancho. Joao Felix and Jadon Sancho. Briefly, we understand Joao Felix may be reintegrated into the Chelsea squad. Yes, on the basis that Chelsea may struggle to find a permanent buyer. Joao Felix, we understand. The truth of the matter remains that he started the first week, second week with Milan very well, promisingly. After then, he began to fade out again. As always, Joao Felix. Right now, we understand Milan are no longer interested in buying him. As a matter of fact, there has not been any buy option clause from Milan. There has not been any buy option clause from Milan. That is just a fact. So we understand Joao Felix will be reintegrated in the summer into this current Chelsea side. For me, Joao Felix, I want him to find a home finally. I'll be happy to see him finding himself a home. Maybe he needs to go to a club that is a bit lower. Not a first-tier club any longer. Maybe mid-table teams. Yes, that is my humble suggestion. Likewise, Jadon Sancho. Dear friends, Jadon Sancho equally, we understand Chelsea have decided to pay the buy option, amount, the figure, to trigger the buy option clause instead of paying a hefty fine to Manchester United. We understand Chelsea has decided to pay the release clause, the amount, to Manchester United and sell him on. Yes, listen to this. Chelsea are already looking for buyers for Jadon Sancho as they prepare to trigger the £25 million obligation to buy the winger. They are already in the market to look for a buyer. Chelsea are here to pay for him from Manchester United, but they are also looking at options of selling him out immediately. So Chelsea are going to be buying him 25 million. They might end up selling him 30 million, 35 million. My suggestion right now is, if that is the case, honestly speaking, I'll prefer both Jadon Sancho and Joao Felix. I would prefer both stays at the club. That is my first position. But it looks like this our head coach. Most of these players doesn't fit into his system. He's not making use of them the best way. That's my opinion. He's not making good use of them in the best way and in their best positions. So the players will definitely be struggling. You may have a point that, okay, now that Joao Felix went to AC Milan, was he not being played in his rightful position? Most probably. But the fact remains that there are some players that it takes them time to settle into squads. Milan they got him on loan just in this January transfer window. Now, why they came for him was because they had a problem. So they expect him to hit the ground running. They expect Joao Felix, as soon as he comes in, he should fit in and hit the ground running. And many players, it takes them time to settle in squad. That is the reason why there is a preseason. You have your players, you assemble your players, you start a preseason together with them. Then, when the league starts, you know that your players really understood, or they understand your system. So for me, instead of all these players, all these youngsters we are buying here and there, 18 years, 17 years, who have no Premier League experience, there's no guarantee that they will come into the Premier League and they will succeed. And that is why I want to talk about this player before we move to the World Cup qualifiers. Yes, Andrew Santos. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Santos. Andrew Santos, right now as we speak, is the highest rated central midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. The highest rated central midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. The young boy, Andrew Santos, he is already used to the Premier League. I mean, he's been his second season with Chelsea, but we always ship him out on loan. Is this second season or third season? So he wouldn't have any problem fitting into this current squad because he knows the squad. He's been on pre-season with Chelsea twice. So Santos will not have an issue to settle in. He has matured, gained loads of experience playing for, Chelsea in pre-season and also playing regularly at Strasbourg. He's their mainstay in that midfield right now. So with him coming to Chelsea, right now we have no problem. But the other ones that are just going to be coming in, Estaval, I will expect Estaval also to hit the ground running. But can we say the same about others? Even Estaval, there's a little doubt because he has not yet experienced the Premier League. We cannot compare Palmeiras, where he's playing right now, to Premier League. So I would prefer Jadon Sancho and Joao Felix, that the team, Chelsea will find a way of helping them out. Both can be team players. Both can be team players. We are going to be playing the Champions League next season, hopefully. And we also playing a Club World Cup. We will not have a situation whereby we go to the Club World Cup before the season starts, next season, 2025-2026 season starts. Then Chelsea will have injury. They will not, just like when the window is about to get shut, the day that the transfer window is getting shut, that was the day Jackson and McGuay, they all got injured. 2 of our strikers, they all got injured the day the transfer window got shut. And we couldn't get a replacement for them. Dear friends, it is what it is. Now quickly, let me move to World Cup qualifiers. England too. Yes, England under Thomas Tuchel got the job done. Under Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea legendary coach, they've got a job done yesterday. Thomas Tuchel's first game in charge of the English national team. One thing I absolutely love about Tuchel is the standard he sets right from the onset. The standard he set right from the onset. Even after 2-0 win, listen to what he said. He came out and highlighted all the elements he needs to improve. Even after a 2-0 win, he came out and highlighted all the areas that needs to be improved. Yeah. He felt disappointed. He felt that his team could have done better. He said it was separate the best from the ordinaries. Yeah, of course. His attitude, his character, is what separates the best of coaches from the ordinary coaches. And the truth of the matter is that for him even to point out, he said both my wingers, I think his wingers, I think one is this guy from Manchester United, Rashford was one of the wingers, and one other player. He was clear. He said they did not perform the way they performed with their national team, with their clubs. That means he expects more. He said his wingers did not deliver the way he expected them to deliver. This is a coach that is aiming for. First game in charge, he's gotten a 3 point for England. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Thomas Tuchel for you right there. Well, to Africa, both Ghana and Nigeria got their win. Ghana started in a goalpost with a newly goalkeeper, locally based goalkeeper. The 32-year-old Benjamin Asari got his first call-up, made his Black Star debut at the age of 32. He got his first Black Star national team call-up at the age of 32, when others are starting at 17, 18. He got his first call-up as a goalkeeper for our national team at the age of 32 and kept a clean sheet, ladies and gentlemen, in front of a huge crowd. A huge home crowd, dear friend, at the Accra Sports Stadium. Stadium was fully, filled to capacity with all the chanting. Got a clean sheet. It's never too late, ladies and gentlemen. No matter your age, just wait for your time. Keep praying. At the age of 32, I will not be surprised This is a locally based player. Accra Hearts of Oak in Ghana. This is one international goalkeeper. He has not tasted international football before and got a clean sheet for the national team. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. How did it end? People might not believe it, but listen to me carefully. It ended 5-0. 5-0 it ended. Yes. And as it stands right now, Ghana is stopping the group. 5-0 against Chad. And Ghana tops the group. Ghana tops the group. Where is the group? Yes, with 12 points. Closest is Madagascar. And we are playing against Madagascar next Monday. Ghana Madagascar will host Ghana next Monday, all the way in Morocco. Yes, they don't have an international standard stadium, so they are making use of Moroccan stadium. So all the way in Morocco. Today, the players and the entire team, the management body will be flying to Morocco. And the problem there is that Ghana have only 2 days to prepare for the game. In fact, is it 2 days? 1 day. They'll fly out today, they will arrive later. They have only tomorrow, Sunday, to prepare for the game on Monday. Yet, Morocco played their game earlier. Madagascar played their game last Wednesday. So they even had 2 days to recover. Train another 2 days before the game. But well, I pray and hope that we can get the 3 points from there also. Then that will simply means that our next 2 games for the qualifiers, Ghana will just have to, get one more win and draw. We could be through. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana right now 12 points, Madagascar 10 points, Comoros 9 points, Mali 8 points, Central African Republic 4 points, Chad 0 points. There you are on your screen. And ladies and gentlemen, there you can see the President of the Republic of Ghana in a celebration with his 2 hands lifted up, and he issued a statement on his Twitter. He said, "I had a good appetite for dinner after Black Stars 5-0 victory. Congrats, guys. Let this victory not make us complacent. This should be the beginning of bringing back the love. Next focus, Madagascar. Go Black Stars." Coming from His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Now, Super Eagles of Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. Super Eagles of Nigeria. Where is it? Well. The best game I have seen Nigerian played in a very long time. Oh yes. The best game in a while. And that's how we should be starting. How Nigeria should be starting every game. Right from the word onset, you could see that there's an aim. There's an aim. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the timetable here for Nigeria. And when I'm saying it's the best game I've watched Nigerian play in a long while, I mean it. From the very first minute to the end, it shows clearly the talent and the disposal of this Nigerian, in this Nigerian setup. Yes, it's very clear. It is very clear. You see, the way Nigeria started the World Cup playoffs, they focus more on the African Cup of Nations qualifications than the World Cup. Whilst Ghana wasn't doing well in the African Cup qualifications, Ghana was actually doing quite well in the World Cup qualifications. But Nigeria, on the other hand, was doing well in the African Cup qualifications and was not doing very well in the World Cup. On your screen, dear friends, in Group C, South Africa stops the group where Nigeria is with 10 points. Benin Republic have 8 points, second. Rwanda, 7 points. Rwanda is on 3rd place. And remember, Nigeria played against Rwanda and they won 2-0. Yet, Rwanda is still ahead of them. Though Nigeria beat Rwanda 2-0 last night, Rwanda is still having 7 points, whilst Nigeria have only 6 points. Followed in 5th place is Lesotho, 5 points. Then Zimbabwe, 3 points. Now, both of these teams, all the teams play 5 games each. Nigeria won only 1, which was yesterday. Out of the 5 games, Nigeria won only yesterday's game. and they play 3 draw. They played 3 draw and they lost 1. So in all, Nigeria have only 6 points out of a possibly 15 points. Yeah, 3, 5, 15. Nigeria have only 6 points out of possibly 15 points. They lost 1, they drew 3, and then they won 1. Right now, it is actually going to be very difficult. Nigeria will have to win all their remaining games in order to get to the World Cup. Because from my calculations, even second place is the best option for Nigeria right now. Second position is the best option. Yeah. First is already gone. Looking at this, that first position with South Africa is already taken. Nigeria can only fight and get to second. That is what I can hope and pray for. 3 points next Tuesday against Benin. I hope they can fight and win it against Benin Republic. Yes. Another 3 points against Lesotho in September and to the final might secure them the World Cup qualifications. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be easy. Rwanda is fighting, Benin Republic is fighting, Nigeria is fighting, all for that second position. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'll be back with more exclusives in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.